Welcome to Color Harmony. My name is Eric Francis. In this video, we're going to be talking about photo references. So I make a drawing, I outline it, I give it a number wash, and we're ready to begin. Let's go. For this painting, I used 5 different colors. And for the portrait, I only used 3. If you follow along this video, you're going to find out exactly how I did this. So stay tuned. This is the first video in a 3-part series. But before we even start to talk about a painting, let's spend a few minutes and talk about the things that happen before we begin to paint. The selecting of an image, which is really important, and then the sketch, which is equally important. Before we begin to paint, we have to pick a subject. Now, some people like to paint from life, but I mostly use pictures. There are plenty of advantages to painting from life. When you paint from life, you get more information than you do when you're looking at a photograph. There's so many tiny little nuances that you get when you're looking at a person from life that you'll never get looking at a photograph. Sometimes photograph distorts things, but photographs are easy to access. You don't have to set up time with a model, and you ain't gotta have them sit down still for hours. So I like using photographs for that reason. Its advantages far outweigh its disadvantages. What you're looking at now is the beautiful model, Jasmine Sanders. I just happened to see her face on one of these photo sharing sites, so I Googled her. Because of this fancy internet thing, there are plenty places you can get really nice images from. And I'm going to give you a list of some of the sites I like the most. I really like Morgue Files. It's a place where they just have tons and tons and tons of pictures. You should check it out. Another good one is Wet Canvas. It's an artist community. They do all kind of neat stuff there. But also there's Flickr. On Flickr, you can find artist communities as well as just people who love to take pictures. Be sure to get their permission though before you use their stuff. It'll really be worth it if you take the time to start your own picture library. Family and friends make lovely models. Keep your camera phone handy, because you never know when you're going to run into a subject. Believe me when I tell you, your whole world changes when anything in your world can be a possible subject for a painting. Even if you have to take a picture on your phone and your phone doesn't give really good images, you can make a note in your mind and return back to the place or return back to the person and get better pictures of them. It makes a regular, boring, mundane day into an adventure when you put it in your mind that you're going to find at least one thing every day that fascinates you. This is how you keep your mind on art in a really positive way without actually having to draw or paint everything. Because a lot of times, you really don't have time. But you should have enough time to take one picture a day, or for something that fascinated you. And you'll find yourself talking to people all the time and asking them to be models for your paintings. Some people get weirded out, some people get really flattered. It's a good idea to have your paintings online, so when you tell people you're an artist, you can actually have something to show them. And I find for the most part that most people are really flattered. The picture in my mind never completely matches the painting that I make. Now, does that keep me from painting? Of course not. Does that keep me from loving my work and wanting to share it with people? Absolutely not. And you shouldn't let it be a roadblock to you either. When you study the work of great artists, you'll notice that they always get better. And it's going to be the same with you. When you know where you're going, it's okay to be where you are, because you know you won't be there tomorrow. So smile. You might not necessarily know where you're going, but when you're done, you definitely have some ideas in your head. You either know that, yes, this is working out right, or no, this is way off. If you want to know the direction that you're headed in, just take a minute, close your eyes, and try to imagine a perfect painting. Now, that's the direction that you're headed in. That's what you're working towards. You're working towards that perfect painting. You can get pretty close, but you're gonna have to put in some work. And I'd love to help you along in your journey. I'm putting together a course. 6 different lessons over the course of 6 weeks. What you're gonna get is everything that you've seen in all my videos and more. We're gonna use Google Plus or maybe Skype and video chat about once a week. In these 6 lessons, we'll create 2 minor paintings and 1 major project, and we'll also go over drawing, basic drawing for painting anyway. If this is something that will interest you, email or send me a private message. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, like, subscribe, share, and or leave a comment. If you want to see more art, you can check out my blog. There'll be a link in the description. If you enjoyed this content and you've been learning a lot and you want to do more to support this content, you can donate. Your donations go to pay for paints, paintbrushes, canvases, and all the knickknacks I need to keep this thing going. There is a button on my blog that'll take you to PayPal, and I thank you in advance for whatever you leave. These videos are made in response to questions I get asked all the time, so feel free to ask. Peace.